Kentucky, they are heading to the polls as well, which are open until 6.
Chancellor Wynne is live with more on that.
So we have been actually monitoring really the turnout, seeing how many voters are coming here to Lakeside Church on Buttermilk Pike, because this is, I've been told, the third busiest voting precinct in all of Kenton County. And I can tell you, over the last hour, so since 4 o'clock until now at 5 o'clock, there's really only been about 40 voters or so. Now, we're really hoping in this last hour, unlike Mike Shell in Ohio, here in Kentucky, voters only have until 6 p.m. So we are now in that final hour to make that push to get out and cast your vote. Now, I did speak with a couple of sisters, and they tell me 4 years ago, they took part in early voting. They actually came here to Lakeside Church again on Buttermilk Pike, and they said 4 years ago, during that early voting process, they waited in a long line that stretched down hallways. And so this year, with them really coming out the day of, they had some concerns about how long it might take. But here's what they said they saw when they got here.
I left the house and I was like, all right, I'm going to go stand in line for 2 hours.
Yeah, same.
So,
yeah. And we talked about going earlier in the day, but I was like, we have to work.
Right.
And so I was anticipating a really long line, but it was very
especially
quick.
since it was like day of voting, so I didn't know like how packed it was going to be.
Now, here's what's a bit interesting. I've been speaking with employees here working at this polling location, and they tell me this slow but steady turnout of voters is not worrying them when it comes to the actual number of votes being counted and cast, because they tell us that around 30,400 voters actually took part in in-person voting. Now, that doesn't include absentee ballots or mail-in ballots, but to have that high number of people taking part in early voting, that's why they believe they're seeing this slow but steady turnout of voters. But of course, here in the last hour, now that's after 5 o'clock, we're expecting to see a little bit of an uptick as people get off from work and start to head home and can swing by some of these polling locations. But again, keep in mind that here in Kentucky, you only have until 6 o'clock to cast your ballot. But for now, reporting live in Kenton County with photojournalist Christopher Walton, I'm Chancellor Wynne, Fox 19 Now.
Chance, thank